I rented a haunted house on the cheap and moved in. On my first night, the shower turned on by itself. I yelled at the empty air, "You gonna pay the water bill?" The water stopped at once. I thought that was just the start. But the next day, I found 3 dishes and a soup on the dinner table. There was a note next to it, meal, 25 My brain started calculating fast. 3 dishes, soup, meat, and veggies looked amazing. A meal like that at a restaurant would cost at least $50. Only 25, total steal. I picked up my chopsticks. I took a bite of the glistening braised pork. It was so good I almost swallowed my tongue. I stuffed my face like a wild animal and mumbled to the air, "Come on, ghost lady, you're way too cheap. You're dead already, why still so stingy? Have some class. Have some class." The air went dead quiet, only my chewing. After eating, I let out a satisfied burp. Looking at the greasy dishes, I got lazy. I left them piled up in the sink unwashed, just to test my roommate's limits. Early next morning, I woke up to the faint clinking of bowls and pans. I tiptoed to the kitchen door. The dishes in the sink were spotless and neatly stacked. Another note was there, this time no blood, just plain black ink. Dishwashing $5 per time, monthly bill, I snickered. This was the best. I'm Lin Bei, 20-something, and I'd never met a ghost with this many rules. My competitive side lit up. Wanna fight? Bring it on. I purposely left a full trash bag by the door, blocking half the way. Throw it away if you dare. Next day, the bag was gone. A sticky note on the door read, "Trash run, $10. I worked late, dragged myself home half dead, and reached for the light. Suddenly, the living room light turned on by itself, soft, not blinding. Something in my heart softened. Then a note floated down from the lampshade. "Left light on for you. Electricity extra." That warm feeling got crushed instantly by electricity extra. I rolled my eyes at the ceiling. Days went by in this ridiculous back and forth. I slowly figured out my ghost roommate's personality. Her name was Liu Ruyan. She was a clean freak. I once tossed my underwear on the floor, and it jumped right into the sink. She was also OCD. If one book on my shelf was out of order, it'd be perfectly fixed by the next morning. She was an amazing cook, but held a grudge like crazy. I complained once the food was too salty. She made me plain boiled tofu for 3 straight days. She was also savage. I bought a cheap shirt, tried it on in front of the mirror, and words slowly appeared in steam. Terrible taste. Worse wallet. I lost it and yelled at the air, "None of your business. You're a cheapskate even in death." Then the mirror changed to, "Same to you." I started getting used to her. I even liked it. At least I never ate instant noodles again. In this cold, big city, I finally had someone who left the light on for me, even if I had to pay for it. My only best friend, Jiba Chang, came to visit. I warned Liu Ruyan ahead of time. "My buddy's coming, he's scared easy. Be cool today, okay?" A magazine floated up from the table with a big OK on it. Next day, the second Bochang walked in, he sniffed hard. "Lin Bei, you rich now? Hired a maid? This place is way too clean for you. Changed your habits?" Right then, the TV playing an action movie flipped straight to financial news. Bochang jumped. "Where's the remote? Why'd it change? Must be loose wires." I calmly changed it back. We were chatting when the cup in front of Bochang slid 5 centimeters toward the edge. Holy crap! What the hell? The cup moved! I calmly pushed it back. "Relax. My roommate's just playful, but she cooks great." Bochang stared at me in terror, like I was crazy. "Lin Bei, you been under too much stress? Hallucinating?" I sighed. I knew I couldn't explain this. I sent a spooked Bochang off, then sat on the couch feeling down. Just then, the living room light dimmed, softer than before. I turned toward the huge floor-to-ceiling window. For the first time, a tall, red-dressed figure appeared clearly. She was still see-through, like walking fog, but I could see her long hair. She was carefully wiping the window I'd missed that morning, focused, serious, almost obsessively elegant. Suddenly my friends worry, everyone's misunderstanding, none of it mattered. In this huge city, I finally had a home and a one-of-a-kind family, but it didn't last. The corporate cold wave hit me, a regular worker. A cold email and a few heartless lines ended my tiny salary I got from a 2-hour daily commute. Hugging a box, I walked through the crowded street. For the first time, I felt like trash. I got home, buried myself under blankets, and all the built-up sadness and fear broke loose. I cried for who knows how long. Then faint, soft classical music came from the living room. It was Dvořák's New World, my favorite. I'd once mentioned to Thin Air how good it was, how it got you through hard days. I sniffled, dragged myself out of the room. On the table was a plate of hot Coca-Cola chicken wings. A note lay there with just 2 words. "On the house." I finally teared up, not from sadness but warmth. For the first time, I said seriously to the air, "Thank you, Liu Ruyan." A soft, quiet sigh seemed to float in the air. Full, I opened my laptop and spammed applications. But every resume vanished into the void. A few interviews, but I got rejected every time. Watching my bank balance drop every day, anxiety ate at me. I started staying up all night. Then I got an interview from my dream company. I pulled out my only nice suit from the back of my closet. I woke up super early for the interview, so nervous, that at the cafe downstairs my hand shook. A scalding Americano spilled all over my shirt. In that second, I thought my world ended. I ran home humiliated. I wanted to die. Only an hour left till the interview. No time to buy a new one. Was I really gonna quit like this? Just then, I heard the washing machine turn on softly in the bathroom. I froze. I rushed in. My coffee-stained shirt was spinning inside. 20 minutes later, the machine stopped. Dryer turned on. 20 more minutes later, a clean, warm shirt with a light, fresh scent hung on my door from an invisible hanger. I stared at the good-as-new shirt like I was dreaming. I put it on and bolted out. Morning rush hour on the way to the subway. Time was ticking. I was sweating like crazy. Just as I was about to run for the bus, the subway gate right in front of me beeped. Green light. The barrier opened automatically. I didn't think twice, dashed through onto the platform. My train was closing its doors. I'm done, I thought. Right before the doors shut, something got stuck in them. A loud alarm blared, and they popped back open. I scrambled on board, gasping, heart pounding. This was way too coincidental. It was like someone was clearing the way for me. I made it to the company 5 minutes before the interview. Every second waiting in the meeting room felt like torture. Finally, my turn. I took a deep breath and walked in. Interviewer sat in a line, stone-faced. My palms were sweating. My prepared speech went completely blank. My brain died. Just as I wanted to crawl away in embarrassment, a black pen on the table rolled right to my hand. I grabbed it instinctively. The cold touch calmed me at once. I looked down, 2 tiny, clear words carved into the pen. Stay steady. My heart locked in. Those 2 words hit me like a shot of adrenaline. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lin Bei. I nailed that interview harder than ever. A week later, I got the offer. Day 1 at work, I ran to the supermarket, bought nice liquor and fresh ingredients. I made a huge feast at home, poured 2 glasses, held mine up. Rian, cheers. Thank you, my secret MVP. The other glass shook slightly, a clear clink, like she was answering. I smiled, but my eyes got wet. I knew I wasn't alone. I had an invisible guardian angel. Life with Liu Ruyan hit perfect harmony after my new job. I made the money. She kept the house spotless. Plus, with her whole business mindset, she watched my spending and planned my budget. I even started loving this weird companionship. Hot food waiting when I got home, a CFO handling my money every payday. Whenever I struggled at work, random books and info appeared on my desk. She was a silent mentor, a perfect housekeeper, a stranger I knew better than anyone. But I knew nothing about her past. The closer we got, the more curious I became. How did Liu Ruyan die? The vague online report said accidental gas poisoning, but something felt off. I asked her, Liu Ruyan, how did you really die? The room lights flickered. She tried to say something, but some force held her back. She couldn't send a clear message. The stronger her reaction, the more I suspected. Finally, I decided to start with the house. I found the agent who rented me the place. I asked to meet at a nearby restaurant, saying I wanted to talk about renewing the lease. He was still all fake friendly. Mr. Lin, you liking the place? Great location, great layout. Just some stuff happened before. Most people can't handle it, but you look great. So I know you're fine. It's good, I'm just curious what really happened here. I looked online, only one blurry news piece. Said the owner died accidentally. Water under the bridge, just an accident. Young man, don't overthink it. Stay there, it's good feng shui. Look at you, new job already, you're getting lucky. He skillfully changed the subject, kept telling me not to think too much. His fake friendliness felt off, creepy. A normal agent only cares about rent and contracts. Why was he so worried about my mental health? Why did he keep stopping me from digging into the house's past? We said goodbye politely, but that meeting didn't calm my doubts. It cranked my paranoia to the max. That night, I had a terrifying dream. I stood in thick white fog, couldn't see a thing. I heard a familiar yet strange voice arguing violently.